Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. They're going to take you through how you grow collard green on the farm. Remember, collard green, or sukuma wiki as popular known in Kenya, is one of the most popular vegetable in Kenya, especially. I don't know about other countries in Africa, but I know in Kenya is the most popular vegetable. It's beaten in a home at least every day in this country. And here on the farm, it's also very popular with us. It's very sweet, it's very easy to grow, and also lasts through the seasons, both the dry and the rainy seasons. And so today I'm going to show you how we grow it in we actually grow collard green in three different ways. We grow it in the beds, directly on the ground, or recently we transitioned from the third method, which is we are using sacks. Now we use 20-liter jerrycans. And so today I want to show you how we do it and the hard work that goes into it, especially during the dry season, to grow collard green for our own use as a family. Stay tuned till the end of the video because we're going to show you an update on the 20-liter jerrycans that we tried for the first time on the farm, growing collard green, and it's going to be very interesting. Yeah, so a couple of weeks ago, this farm was very dry. We had gone almost, I think, a month without rainfall at all. And the temperatures in this place are very hot. And so at that point, almost everything was dry on the farm. And we decided to grow collard green at that period. And this particular area where you see this collard green here, we had nothing here. We had a raised bed with a wooden structure. And it had already, the structure had been eaten by ants. So we had to get rid of it. And we thought this was a perfect place because it had laid fallow for a while to plant collard green. And so I had to go through the whole process of removing the wooden structure, and then I had to cut. So the first thing I did was to remove the wooden structure and then get rid of the grass. The grass that grows here is not easy to deal with, especially if you have to dig and plant something. And this is the kind of grass that grows here. You can see on the top it's easy to remove, but below it has roots. And these roots you can actually remove from the top, but the roots will grow again. So I drill it to cut the grass from the top and then dig properly, dig deeper, like maybe a foot underground, so I can get rid of the roots. And so so I had to dig the whole place and then remove the roots. And then the soil here was also very dry at that point, and also the soil didn't have any like organic matter inside. So we really had to improve the soil before planting here. So after clearing the grass and digging properly to remove the roots of the grass from underground, and I was able to remove all of them. You can see some of them growing like from here. So which means I left some roots underground. So the grass is still coming up, but I'll keep on digging. But then since we didn't have a lot of compost manure, I could not just throw it on the whole land. So what I did was to first dig the holes that I'm going to plant the collard green in, and then put organic compost inside in the particular holes. So I did that for the whole place, for digging the holes. And then after that, the next thing after making the holes ready was to look for collard green to plant. And how do we do it on the farm? We don't plant, we don't buy seedlings. We actually we get let me call them seedlings from already growing collard green. And you can see from like some of these plants, as they grow, they get let me call them shoots from the sides. So once these ones grow a little bit, we use them as seedlings for the next season again. So we don't buy seeds from the agrovet or from the shops to do that. The first time we started farming on this land, we also didn't buy seeds. We actually got seedlings from a neighbor over here, and we grew them on the farm. So after all that, we kept on just using our own seedlings. We don't like buying seedlings from the agrovet. That's because this particular collard green stays for a long time. This one doesn't actually, like the ones from the shop that grow for a certain period, you harvest and then they like die off. This one grows tall, sometimes even comes to almost my height, but you can keep on harvesting it. So you can actually harvest it for a few years. And so that's why we keep on just growing this kind of collard green in particular. So after we got the seedlings, now we already prepared the holes. Now we got the seedlings, we planted them in those holes already with manure. So as we plant them, what we do is if you have a hole, dug a hole, and you have the seedling, when you put it in, we mix the soil around there with the compost that you had put. next to it, and so that means the soil now will be fertile. At that point. So every hole, when we put the soil back, we mix it up with the compost that we have put inside. And then since it was a dry period, there was a lot of work to do. So the best thing to do, especially we didn't have any water, so we had to fetch water from somewhere else and come and water them. So the best thing to do at that point was to mulch them. And luckily, we had a bit of grass that we had cut from the farm that was around the farm here, and something like this, you can see. So at that point, we had to mulch because it was very dry. There was no signs of rain, and we had to water twice a day, in the morning and in the evening. Yeah, so we did that for a while also before the rains came. It was a while, and the collard greens were doing very well actually. In fact, the size you see now, it's because we forgot to close the fence, the gate. Let me show you the gate. We forgot to close this particular gate, and the turkey was able to access from the poultry area into the farm. And turkeys love collard green. They love collard green, and since they are bigger than chicken, it ate almost everything. In fact, you can see some of the plants never got a chance to grow back after being eaten by the turkey. You can see these are the ones in between here that are not doing well, but the rest have actually recovered. And you can see they're actually doing quite well. So for the first like 3 weeks, we had to mulch them and keep on watering until the rains came. And the rains have really helped us, and that's why they are able to actually recover after being eaten by the turkey. They've actually been able to recover. Now the thing about this particular growing on the ground, I feel like it takes longer to grow, to actually like take roots first, takes longer, and also takes a bit longer to flourish, as opposed to when you grow them in sacks or in plastic containers. But yeah, you can see it's doing very well. This one can be harvested now. You can harvest for eating. And this particular area can actually feed the family for maybe 2 days, and you can harvest maybe once a week, because as the rains now, as the rains are here now, they come back very fast. Once you harvest, they come back very fast. And how do we harvest? Again, when you harvest collard green on the farm, we do not cut. Don't take the branch, the leaf you're cutting. We don't take it from the end of the next to the stem here. We cut and leave a bit of it like this. So we don't cut from the stem directly. So when you harvest like that and leave a small part to the stem, uh, it, it prevents infection. By some diseases from here. But again, this type of we call it Kenyaji or traditional sukuma wiki, is very resilient. This one is not easily attacked by what was it called, insects or the diseases for vegetables like the others. This one's a bit resilient and actually grows. Let me show you one of them. You see, this one was grown at the same time as this one's, and you can see how tall this one can grow. And if I'm going to update you this in maybe in a couple of weeks or so, it's going to be tall like this. But we'll keep on harvesting from the shoots that come on the sides and the other leaves. We'll keep on harvesting throughout. Now to the big reveal. We've had questions. We have many questions from our comment section on the video that we did for the 20-liter jerrycans. And so today is the day I'm going to show you the progress. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Yeah, so this is the big reveal. This is what our 20-liter jerrycans look like after 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks. You can see not all of them actually did well, but we have about 60-70% that did very well. You can see how they're looking, how healthy they're looking. You can see how they've recovered. You can see these are 1, 2, 3, 4 jerrycans. They can feed a family of 4 comfortably. You can have a collard green at least once every week. You can even have this on your balcony, and you can feed your family. You can harvest once every week. These are many plants, as you can see. The other thing I need to show you that we had about 70% or 80% that did very well. So we have to replace others that are not doing well. And I think it comes down to the choice of seedlings that we used. If you use older, like older plants, let me just show you a clarity on that. When you're planting, we call them kienyeji, collard green on your farm, try to avoid these old seedlings, these very old ones. They don't do very well. That's what we've realized. That's what went wrong over here. When you plant the new ones, like this one, that look very young, they actually do very well. So you can see where we planted the big ones, they didn't do well, like where I've taken that out from. Same here, you can see these ones look a bit older. But if you have a fresh one like this and you put it, it's going to do very well. And the good thing about this type of, let me call vertical garden, is that you can keep on replanting. If you see any that has not done well, you can replace it. And you can also, if it grows and you feel like you need to do a new one, you just pull it out. Like this one, it's not going to do well. And I just put a new one like this, and in a few days, it's going to be nice and ready for, in a few weeks, it's going to be nice and ready for harvesting. So that's it. First time trying on the farm, this did very well, and we are really happy to update you on this. So hopefully you can actually try this on your own, either balcony or small kitchen garden, or any other small space that you have. This particular 20-liter jerrycans can feed you. We have more than, I think, maybe 70-75 plants over here. Comfortably feed a family of 4, maybe once a week or twice a week. And you have your vitamins. That's it for today's video, and the rains are already here. We're happy to see them. But that's it for today's video. We've shown you how we grow collard greens on the ground, and also in the 20-liter jerrycans. We've shown you the updates. We hope you can try this in your own way, either on your balcony or on your small kitchen garden. And we wish you all the best in that. Please feel free to go to our comment section and tell us whether you've tried this or you're going to try it. If you've tried it, tell us how it's working. And also you can show us video of how yours is doing currently. And also please, thank you for sharing and subscribing. Thank you for also making this Taraji Eco Farm grow. We really appreciate you. See you in the next one.